You know, we talk all the time about all the things that our parents go through. What better experts to talk to than my dad? How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
How are you doing?
Good. We're going to talk about all the maladies you've been through lately. I want to start with actually this week. Today we're recording this on a Friday. On Monday of this week, he had cataract surgery.
Yes, in my left eye.
Yeah.
I certainly did.
How did that go, first of all?
Super. It was super. I mean, it's so bright. Everything's so bright out of that eye.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's your left eye, and it's still blue. Looks like they didn't change anything.
No, they didn't change anything. And next month I'll get my right eye done.
For those of us who are children of people like you, what do we need to know about something like that? If our parents or the doctor says cataract surgery is needed, or I need cataract surgery, how scared should we be? How helpful should we be? What type of attitude do we need to have as kids?
Kind of a supported attitude that is all you need.
Yeah.
It's nothing to the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
It takes 45 minutes. The worst part of it is preparing you for the surgery. Is they put drops in your eye, and probably there's a couple of them that burn for 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all. And once the cataract surgery starts, there's nothing. I mean, it's a piece of cake.
It goes pretty fast.
Oh yeah.
Hardest part for him was that we didn't let him drive for a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You hated that. We took your keys away.
Yeah. Gosh. Yeah. I couldn't drive. Heck, man, I'm used to driving. Golly.
Okay.
I couldn't have driven anyway, to be honest.
But you would have tried, knowing you.
Probably would have. I would have moved the car around the parking lot or something.
I
would have probably tried.
Probably
but
so.
Anyway.
Okay, that's your eyes. You have hearing aids now.
I got.
You just got them within the last couple of months.
That's right. I certainly did.
You were not exactly a proponent of that.
No, I wasn't.
My sister, your daughter,
right,
said that you need to have your ears checked.
That's right.
And I think my mom probably said that 50 years ago and you didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But tell us about that process.
Okay. I went to Collier here to get my ears checked, and immediately I failed. I failed the test. And they put me through all sorts of hearing things, but I failed, and they knew it after I'd been in the little booth for, it was 1 minute probably. They knew I'd failed, but they gave me another hour worth of
lots of tests. Yeah.
And anyway, they suggested that I get some hearing aids, and they gave me a price range of like from $800 to $3,000. And so I took the middle part, about $2,000 for the hearing aids. And I've been very satisfied, very satisfied.
You can tell a difference.
Oh, yes, yes.
Especially when you're watching TV.
Oh, yeah.
Talking on the phone.
Yes. And then especially when I usually take them out at night, about 8 o'clock, and I come back in here in the living room and I can't hear. So I have to turn the TV up and to hear.
Yeah.
And the one in the TV in my bedroom, I've got it set loud where I can hear.
What about when you go to dinner? He lives in independent living, so it's a cafeteria type of style.
Right.
Having the hearing aid, does it help you hear the conversations better?
Oh yes, yes. I can hear 2 or 3 tables over.
Yeah.
What they're saying.
Bionic ears.
Yeah, that's right. It was great. It works good.
So again, for those of us who are kids, if someone says we have parents in our 80s, like you're 85,
right,
and when a doctor or someone says, "Oh, needs a hearing aid," you're like, "He hears me fine. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
What type of attitude should we take? Just being supportive?
Yes. Yes, that's the most important thing.
And if it's someone like you who is kind of resistant to it,
right,
how should we act?
Well, just encourage them to take the test. And no decision, just take the test.
Yeah.
And like the test I took, I could have walked out there and said, I'm not going to do that, but I did, because I realized after being in there and taking that test, I needed help.
You trusted the test results.
Sure, I did.
Which is basically you're trusting the doctor.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true. So,
and which brings us to our third part of the story is that, what was it, almost 2 years ago? It was August of 2 years ago. You were moving a little slow. You didn't like the way you were feeling. And truthfully, the son, thought that it was because you were a little depressed because mom had been in memory care for a
Right.
few months and you were by
Right.
yourself.
Yes.
And you said, no, I think I need to go to the doctor and get looked at.
Yeah.
And my sister took you to the doctor, and we found out that you needed a pacemaker.
Pacemaker. Oh yeah. She said.
So
my heartbeat was, very, very low, and she said you need to get a pacemaker immediately.
is that a great example of where we, the kids, have to trust you and the way you say you feel, just to make
Yes.
sure?
Yes, you do. You certainly do.
Because you know your body better than anybody.
Sure.
I know if you feel better. I think, oh, you look like you're
Right,
fine.
right.
You're walking fine. You're moving
Right,
around fine.
right.
You miss mom.
Right.
But actually, come to find out, the doctor checks you out and says, no, get him to the hospital now. He needs a
That's right.
pacemaker.
Right. And I did.
I think sometimes that's hard for us, the kids, because we don't understand. We see something that you don't.
Yeah, you do.
But you knew how you felt.
I felt. Oh yeah. And immediately when I had the surgery done, my heartbeat came from 38 to 40 to 75 to 80. And my gosh, I felt very good. It was great.
You could tell the difference.
Sure, I could tell the difference.
But again, I think a lot of it goes back to communication. And you and I talk a lot, and we have a
Sure.
good relationship.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But some people don't. But it has to be to where you have to talk to your parent, talk to mom or talk to
That's
dad
right. That's right.
about how they're feeling.
That's
and,
right.
and if there's a question, have it looked at.
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
because if we might have lost you if you hadn't gone to the doctor and
That's right.
had you looked at that day.
Yeah, and that was on your birthday.
That was on my birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good birthday present that I get to
Good
keep my
birthday,
dad for a
but,
while longer.
Yeah, and the hospital I went to have it done, they didn't do them, and they were going to send me someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mike called me and said, make sure I'd stayed there. And I said, yeah, I'll do that, son. But as soon as I hung up from him, I told my daughter to get me out of here. I'm leaving.
I said, please stay at the hospital. I don't want you to die on my birthday.
No way.
He still came home. He wouldn't stay at the hospital.
No, I didn't stay at the hospital.
Yeah.
I came home, and the next morning we went to Clements Hospital in Dallas.
In Dallas,
and they
yeah.
did it, and it was super. It was great.
Which leads us to our next thing. I love you to death, but you're selfish and stubborn sometimes.
Yeah, I am a little bit.
A little bit.
I say a little bit. Y'all probably have you and Diane have a different review of that.
Uh-huh.
But I think I'm a little bit.
But sometimes when you open yourself up to new ideas and new things, it helps. And I'll give you a great example is that after we moved mom to memory care, 27 months ago, I looked into you going to a support group.
Yes.
And found, this was back during COVID, so all I could find was on Zoom.
Right.
And the first one that he did was on Zoom, and his laptop that's sitting right behind us right here, he kept trying to turn on the camera, but there's an F key that turns off the camera on that laptop. So he was on a support group with no face, just talking, and I think they thought you were like a little crazy because
That's
of
right.
that.
Yeah, they did.
But you finally figured out the camera.
Oh yeah.
And then
Fine.
now it's a live support group that you go to, and you go to the same one, and you're so thankful that you do that.
Oh gosh, yes, I enjoy that so much because I've got more than anybody else to be thankful for what I did and the decision that we made with mom. It's just unbelievable.
But I think a lot of people though are like you were originally, but where you had said, "Why don't you go to a support group?" I don't need that.
No,
No.
that's right.
I'm good. I'm fine.
Right.
But being able to listen to whether it's your kids or to friends or to other family, sometimes it helps to keep your mind open about things. And yeah, maybe I should try it.
Yeah, that's true. And you don't realize until you get in there that you really don't have the problem. It's all the other people that have the problems that they don't take their loved ones to a place that takes care of them. And we were fortunate that we were able to do that, and it's a lot better.
It just makes you feel better about where mom is
much,
today.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, and there's some nice people in that support group, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. Any other bit of advice to anyone who's watching, whether it's an adult child like me or an aging parent like you, about how to make things just better for themselves and for their family?
Oh, great. Really, I don't have any comment about that, but I think you just got to listen and be guided by what your children tell you, and because basically they're on your side, and sometimes they don't sound like they're on your side, but basically they are, and you need to listen to them, and because they've got a lot more wisdom than you have because they're in the younger generation. So anyway,
wisdom about some things, not others.
Yeah, but I'm still hard-headed.
Yeah, we know that.
Well, we know that. And,
that's all right.
And my daughter Boggs, she says I'm hard-headed. She has to put up with me more than might.
That's right, because she lives here, and I live 3 hours away.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Well, today's Friday. Sunday is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, I love you, Dad.
I love you. Oh, my gosh. I got two of the best kids. I don't know if this is being televised, but anyway, I got two of the best kids in the world.
I paid him to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, if you have any other topics you'd like us to discuss with anyone, including my dad, let us know. Parenting aging parents.